And we are back. Hello, friends and fam, CombatlerJoe here. Today I'm going to play a video game that is on my Steam library. Hasn't been touched in ages. So we're going to give this one another whirl. And share with you how I definitely suck at this game. This is Pillars of Eternity, and what a way to start the franchise because of the recent release of Avowed. I played Avowed. I have it on Game Pass, but since my my machine can't handle its graphical fidelity, I yeah, I'll I'll play that game until I get an upgrade. So, in the meantime, what better way to start in the franchise by playing its first game, which is this one. And then we'll see if I can progress through the entirety of the story of Pillars 1, and after that, we'll proceed to Pillars 2 and then its expansion. So let's begin. I will not go through the entire the character creation, because there's a lot of details. There are plenty of variables to read, but I already pre-selected my class and its backstory. So let's start a new game. I am not really a veteran of the CRPG genre, so we'll go with the normal difficulty.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
And here we are at the character creation screen. Let's do a female protagonist. Let's go with human, because I will. The class that I choose is the paladin class, which is a combination of a support and melee. I'm trying to make it not as tanky, but pretty much can do offensive and support skills. So we're not gonna read through this. This will take this probably take 2 hours if I'm going to read and analyze the entire thing. So let's go with human, and I think I'll go with the metal folk because of this perk. Okay, gotta love that. So Paladin. And for the Paladin order, go with the Gold Pack Knights. This is the Paladin archetype. So get Flames of Devotion and Lay on Hands as our starter skill. Lay on Hands would be fine because of its healing. You definitely need healing from the start, or I definitely need healing from the start because, yeah, because I said it earlier, I'm not a veteran of the CRPG genre. Okay, so here are the attributes. With the big star showing here, it means that we need this class primarily. How do I say it? Prioritizes the resolve. So I have 15 points of rest to allocate. So let's see if I can try to put this on 15. Then give this one to on intellect. So we got 9 left. See how far we can go on Mike. Let me just read resolve one more time. Intensity. Okay. Kind of need intel smite for our damage, and I'm just going to wing this. Let's give resolve 17. This one 15 and 13 for constitution. Yeah, cross fingers if I'm doing this right. All right, let's wing it. Okay, for the culture, what did I choose earlier? I think the one with the mites. Yeah, the living lands. Go to living lands. So our character is from the living lands. Mercenary for athletics and lore. We need lore to for additional dialogue options, I think. I think this one's a good color set for a paladin. For the hair, let's give it not red, orange. No, I think this one's fine. Yeah, I could care less with the colors anyway because we're going to wear different armor sets. This one looks fine. As for the hair, well, paladins are a form. I think came from like a militaristic order. So paladins that order must wear like a military haircut. So short haircut is the norm. We can go bald like G.I. Jane here. This one's more of a kind of like a knight. Yeah, it kind of fits the paladin appearance. Do we have any other? Oh, this one's warrior type. Anything with a mohawk is considered a warrior or fighter barbarian. Anything that's long hair, well, go for like magical class. Yeah, mage, sorcerer, wizard. I think this one's good. Can we change and just give it a little bit of attitude? Black, I guess. Okay, I think this one's fine. Oh god, the portrait. There's like 99 you can select, but most of these most of these portraits would not match the actual character we created. And just pick on the closest. I learned that you can download or you can upload portrait sets from the internet. But I'm not gonna do that because I am somehow a basic bitch. I think this will be fine. Yeah. Just going to wear a helmet anyway. Oh, next. For the voice.
Now I am leader of the group. Let's keep quiet. Follow me. Let's go.
Nah. Stoic has shows like a strong command. Perfect for a paladin. Alright. So let's name her Marcy. Let's begin. The caravan master finishes addressing his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. In which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Oh, okay. So we're sick. So let's see where. Well, I basically played this part, so I'm just doing this for to reread the dialogues.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
We'll keep this one to give us a reminder of the game mechanics and such.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up. This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha!
She needs to find us some springberries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
That always cracks me up. Note again that this is my second time playing this. The first playthrough I did for this game was, I think that was last year, and I only got far, I think, after, if I remember it correctly, because I didn't care to check the details of the first set of saves I created. But I believe that's after I not actually cleared, but started the fortress quest. I totally forgot. This game will give you like your own fortress or castle. So after I cleared the first quest on that castle, then I stopped playing it because other games caught my interest. So this one cracks me up always.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Eora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interface available to you. We're not going to disable that. Yeah. Close that, close that, close that. Alright.
Sure. Yeah? I'll get it open.
So I don't have any lockpicks, so I can't definitely pick any locks. Oh, we got lockpicks. Great.
I've got it.
Got 0 mechanics, so nope. And how many lockpicks do I have? It's only 1. So I need 3 to unlock this, basically. Alright. What else can we look? So we have to
Huh?
need to talk to Theoden. There you go, Theoden. See if we can get some here.
Huh?
Come on,
Anyone
Felicia.
need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing a simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't gotten used to shaving it on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
And let's get to know Hayden before something happens to him.
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
If you think these caravanners are prickly, watch out of those axe wielders Odema mentioned. That's excellent advice indeed. You know, have one rank in a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputation will be favored by some people, and the benign reputations often bring out the worst things of people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity. Thank you for that reminder.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Outer Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Deerwood is a former Adder colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Ritz work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Alright, Hayden, let's see what you have. Okay, that one's basic. What I need is a way for me to open the to call that. Yeah, the lockbox. So let's buy locks. Do I have money? Oh, wait, how much is it? I have 110. Two? Wait. Is that 38? 38 CP each? Oh, yeah. Let's stack those.
Yeah?
Okay, let's see what we have here. Lockpicks required. You want to pick.
Finished.
Yeah. Okay. I hope that's worth it.
Hmm?
Okay, exploration, blah blah blah. Here's Sparkle. Let's talk to God.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll get the water ourselves. So here is Admit Swiat. It's think it's crafting materials.
Let's check by those. We shouldn't stray too far.
Yep, first encounter.
Yeah?
Let's take a look at skills. This one's auto. All right.
What you need?
Okay. This will knock down enemies. Hmm. Scored a crit. That's nice.
Huh?
Hit that right there. Right in our stash.
This is it.
Here's a dialogue to better know our companion. You look like you've seen your share of action. What did you before? What you do before you came out here? Let's see. I'm a blade for hire. Yeah, because our backstory. Or used to go on adventures and expeditions whenever paid. I think this one's better. Yeah, I was so happy to come here. Got into a bar fight with someone with the spare time and wishes to punish me for the rest of my life. Had a job go bad on me, some deaths that didn't need to happen. I think this one has a... It's like a heavier tone to our backstory, so... I had a job go bad on me, some deaths that didn't need to happen. Hazard of life cycle, I suppose. Yet to expect it was a possibility, and no matter how much you didn't want it to be that way. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Roderick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle, like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. I mean, find many offers like it in these parts, believe me. That's a big plan store. In store. I'm going to settle here and start a new life. Well, who knows? Roderick pays well enough. Maybe we end up neighbors. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Madame gave me the earful. Let's be on our way. Okay, let's get to know her better. So, why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages, but doing a guide reading example. But I'd do anything for her. She's, well, She's much a better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. With them I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. Nice woman. I find it work that lets me live that way. My family wonders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in, I don't know, but I'm going to butcher this place, Rawatai, and another in Adder. My sister is in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but for what I know, I used to be part of the Adder Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing the weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Okay, let's go back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting your water anytime soon. He does what he does what it feels like. And if when it feels like it. We should check up on him first. Let's slap him around a little. Stream just down the way. Come on, let's get your water. Okay, let's explore the place a bit. Might get some loot. The corpse is cold to touch, and the ripe smell of wafts from it. A putrid weaves a dark and crusted bloodstream. Bloodstain. This matches its simple linen clothing.
Huh?
Leather armor and lockpick. Okay, yeah, we're a paladin, so you should wear heavy armor. Let's- if there's
What you need?
anything else,
Huh?
space that we can find.
What you need? Yeah?
Okay, it's like there's nothing. This goes back to camp, but no harm in exploring this unexplored area here. Falling tree doesn't budge.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Oh, we got horses here.
Yeah?
Oh, okay, let's check this part. I hope we get some crafting items. There we go. You only need that for potion making. Okay, let's... There you go. That solid
What a
background kind of
surprise.
bothers me.
Sparfle went hunting. This is recent. Not good.
We crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into cool water while Kalisha waits nearby. Keeping watch as you rise, you notice her look sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness into his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves forward with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle toes it catches on the rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. First encounter of the game.
Ambush! What you need?
Okay, Kalisha, let's knock down this guy.
Huh?
I'll face this bugger right here. One more time. All right.
Yeah? Come on, we have to get back to camp. Huh?
Wait, you just need to get this alcohol.
Yeah?
Don't worry, they can wait. Just need to get these items. No, I think there's nothing here. Let's get back to camp. All right,
What you need?
Alicia. Oh no, you take the guy on the right.
What you need?
Yeah, take the guy on the left. Now. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay. Knock this bugger down. Oh, I think I made it. I'm supposed to knock this one down instead, but hey.
Huh? Huh? Let's go. Yeah?
All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand into her mouth, as if tore away with some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from a split of logs. As if from half-split logs. One of them towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade. The neck of the man you recognize is as Hayden, the last of the caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Let's see. I don't know what they did, but it didn't have to do anything. That's real bullshit. Yep, I think we can use our lore. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Eric Landfath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Do not trust them. They mean to kill us all. Okay. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing that you are a worshippers of Gallowayne. If Gallowayne told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions at the swing his axe. Hayden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it is consistent with their beliefs, or because it is what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what of Gallowayne's edict that weakens and I see. And what of Gallowayne's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Gallowayne would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man nostrils flare as if fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. But I'm sure he did. Just not you personally, but why should that stop you from killing innocents? Good reasoning. Distracted by the man's Griever falters his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hayden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Okay, Hayden,
How can I help?
need to get out of the way. Let's see your skills and blinding strike. Dirty makes the opponent unable to see. Good call. Let's see. Is he holding a ranged weapon? I don't think so.
Yeah? What you need?
It's kind of far away, so
Huh?
yeah, let me go here. And
What you need?
Kalisha can handle this big guy here. There we go. Okay. Landed that blinding strike nicely. Nice. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes on in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sigh, a whisper of wind steers the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as it closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swirl, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, pending pods and rattling tents like angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and when it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across his chest and bowel, Odemus' body stirs, and with great effort he rises in his sagging head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet. With every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock, set about pulling yourself up to the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up to the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Hayden and topples him into the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are too close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you'll have a good chance of hitting your mark. Oh, requirements not met. This is gonna be bad. Throw your weapon at the attacker. We need Hayden. Your aim is true and it hits jars Hayden's loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out into the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand. You pull with the waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you in the trembling of the beach. There is a deep resonance to the swelling winds now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it will shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Sure.
The lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by the fallen rubble.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Windstorm of a kind they only get in Ergalant. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glenfathan word is Bayway. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their way. They couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as dead one. Still got yours? You don't seem to get too upset about all this. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. Maybe I've seen worse too. Seen once and kept on walking. Because there's nothing else to be done. And because there's other people you care about who still need you. Great point. Let's go. Whoa. Let's go to our right. Let's see. We have here.
Look at the tiles. What are those symbols?
The Eastern Beach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enables scouting mostly to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors. A trembly, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it's a sorrow. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Raise your arms and stand still. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Sarep recalls fingers and rub tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defense posture. Reach your arms and stand still. Now. Yeah, we can kill the little, but he's not hostile, so we can just leave him be. Tattered journal. This small folio is turned in several places, and blood is soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice, and I've got my hands on a genuine Angwithan artifact. Fellow had it said it was a pretty nothing, as far as is concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading it to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Cilant Lîs in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. And let's just keep this for like a memento of this quest. What happened? Let's take a look at that gem. This brilliant blue gem has sculpted into look like an eye. Let's. Can we take it? Okay. Looks like I can take it out. There's something here, so
Yeah?
Don't want to hurt the guy, so...
Hmm?
It's like a...
How can I help?
I have no other choice. Sorry, little guy. It's just business.
Yeah? Wait. Do you hear that?
It's called a whelp.
What you need?
Come on.
What you need? Wait. Do you hear that?
Oh, nice. Nice knockdown.
Hmm?
Hey, what happened to my weapon? Teka. Huh? Did I? Yeah. What happened to my... What happened to my weapon? Huh. Wonder what happened. I will definitely review the recording. Because I am not sure what happened. Medium shield. Till... Okay. Nope. Let me just fix this. You mean I can't equip? There I go. Ah, I gotta go to this hatchet. Mm, yeah. I don't have any choice. It's basically the same. This one's shinier. It's using daggers. Forge. Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Hmm? That looks weak. Could be a shortcut.
Crack runs along the wall. A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust and air passes through it.
Yeah?
Okay, we haven't explored this area, so need to go here because this are items.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
Yep. Okay.
How
Let's
can
see.
I help?
Yeah?
Okay, here's a mace. I am so digging the mice. Look at that. Camping supplies and a hammer and chisel. Yep. Got some
Yeah.
camping supplies. Torch and small shield. This goes here. We get that mace. Get that lockpick here. You don't need this one, mate. I'll take the lockpicks, thank you.
Huh? Right. What you need?
How can I help? They'll never know I'm here.
Hmm?
Wait a minute. Yeah, there's a secret here. Looks like I don't have enough perception to. Yeah, there's a cape here that we can get right behind this wall. Yeah.
Hmm?
I wonder
Hmm?
who has enough perception. Let's see. This one's 12, 10. No, 16.
Yeah?
Got a higher chance of sensing.
How can I help? They'll never know I'm here.
Maybe it's in the other room. Yeah, maybe it's on the other. If I. Yeah, I think it's on this side.
Sure.
I remember it now. Okay, let's break this wall using a chisel. There you go. Use the hammer and chisel to weaken the wall. You set to work, the cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you expected. Sweat beats your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Just continue. After several long moments, you begin to see a light on the other side. With a final tap, several blocks of stone shift, then tumble loose, clearing the gap that's wide enough for you to pass through. Okay. Well, that's a bit inconsistent. It's also a gap for us to pass through, but this is plenty of gap, I think. It's only enough for 3 people to pass through.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner. How can I help?
Okay. There's one enemy there. One enemy there. Okay. So basically there's 2. So let's have Felicia and Marcy go here, and I will backstab this one. This guy right here. So we'll just stand here, of course. All right. Low enough to attract the enemy. Knock him down.
Huh?
Cool. Got a critical. Damn.
Huh?
And That exploded. No drops from these two.
Do you feel that? There's a draft coming through that wall. I don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Stay quiet.
Better be careful. Yep. Spiders. Good set of enemies so far.
Shh.
No need for a knockback. He pretty much can handle these simple spiders.
Yeah?
Do you feel that? There's a draft coming through that wall. I don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Okay, we are on the other side of the dungeon. So, have to go back and explore this side.
Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
A symbol of patterned circle inscribed on this pillar. And only the brazier sits on its base. It could be lit if you have the means. Okay, use the torch to light the brazier. Did I say brazier? Is it brazier or no? Let me cut my. Understand that English is my second language, and you might hear a bit of accent as I play this game. So, not an accent I try to imitate an accent of, but you know how I speak. Breezy. Let's take a look on how Google translates. How Google pronounce it.
Brazier.
Yeah, brazier, not brazier. Why did I say that? Use the torch to light the brazier. Flames kindle swiftly in the brazier, winning their way upwards.
Huh?
Okay, let's do the same to the others. Yep. So whenever we lit a brazier, it turns off some of the tiles on this side of the temple.
What you need? Huh?
This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Anglicans from all teeth races. Almas, elf, Orlan, dwarf, and human, bivouac among pillars similar to the ones that span in this chamber, each one up with a flame. Lesser black ooze. Immune to blinded, dazed, frightened, proud, and terrified. Okay. Looks like we'll just melee up his ass. Oh, god damn. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah? Sure.
Poleaxe.
Yeah?
What's that muck on the wall?
Yep. I was right. Viscous and oily, this marks the ceilings anything it touches. A viscous lake of something dark and power-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can tell what. Use the water skin to clear off the ooze. Basahan in Filipino. Oh, water skin. I'm sorry. That's not that's not basan. Basan is a washcloth or rag. It's we don't have water skins here. And not that I know of it based on Filipino history, but yeah, we also possibly, but I haven't read any articles from our history books that uses water skin. So that our ancestors from pre-colonial times uses water skins. I think we already have the sophisticated knowledge of pottery. So I think my ancestors don't use any water skins, so we're not there aware that the water skins existed. But I could be wrong. He rinse the oozes away, revealing an intricate relief on a man's face. The sun bursts surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight of curls of hair to the bridges, his pointed ears still showcase a remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty. A gem fills the other. Kay places the gem in his eye socket. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way. There you go. There it is. Nice for black ooze.
Yeah?
Okay. Minor cloak of protection, +5 fortitude, reflexes, and will. Nemesis and Adra. I'll take the cape. Thank you very much. Ow, that looks nice.
Yeah?
Okay, we can simply go around and, you know, not bother crossing this, but just for the heck of it. See, because eventually I will encounter puzzles like these on various dungeons. So it's better for me to give myself a little exercise on my mouse handling. There you go. Easy as that. Because if you touch the lit tiles, you basically
How can I help?
die due to explosion. Voila. Okay, I forgot to save.
Yeah.
So quick save. We are an hour and 15 minutes in. Thank you so much, guys, for checking this video on how I play Pillars of Eternity. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe. Any activity on this channel will help its growth. This is something that I will appreciate. Spear Spiderling. Oh boy, that's a big one.
Yeah?
What? Bats as large as chickens restaurant. Damn. That's why we have big spiders here. Because they eat very healthy bats. Large as chickens.
Huh? Hmm?
Oh, thank you. Let me get that helm. Our first helmet. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
Some materials. Before we go outside, I'd like to give some thoughts on this first dungeon. It's basically a great way for new players, for introduction to new players about the game mechanics. Because this has a combination of battle encounters, exploration on these parts, usage of quest items, this side, and this side here, exploration of secrets, also on this side, and puzzles, this and this. So when you have a good introduction on a game, it not only teaches the game mechanics to new players, but also reminds the veterans on how games works basically. So not sure on the second part though, because yeah, most veterans of CRPG knows this stuff, but it's a good reminder just in case they forgot on what kind of genre that they're playing. If you have a good foundation on introduction, it engages the new player, and they will have a good experience and a strong possibility for that the player to continue play the game. And Pillars 1 achieves that. Okay, so let's go outside and progress our story. Four figures stand before the otherworldly proud apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it might be contemplations. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. Thick, gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath its metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with runic language unlike anything you've seen. and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet. The air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you're knocked into the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end of a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you've just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they're all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or at the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, crowned with this strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now, at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You're having something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find gaze regularly darting this way and that with an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures of the machine stands frozen in place, flesh and body replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Hayden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, the bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Okay, we have earned enough experience points to gain a level. And sadly, Hayden and Kalisha are dead. Can I take the power of that apparatus? May their souls rest. So we'll take their items for good use. Okay. Skills allow your character to perform specialized actions like scouting, detecting traps, picking locks, or reading scrolls. They also be used to overcome obstacles in conversations and scripted interactions. Skills will advance your character's game level, but items and other bonuses can also increase skills. Got 6 points to allocate. So based on the backstory that we selected earlier, we have lore and athletics. We really don't. We just stick to what we selected. So this one's for 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I get that. There you go. Okay, so we have to select a new talent. Greater lay on hands. Heal solely by belief. The paladin is able to heal within the touch of his her, her hands, recovering a substantial amount of endurance for the paladin or an ally within range. This will be definitely helpful. Let's see, untroubled faith. Faith and conviction. This one's a passive. +4 deflections. That's nice. 8 on all defense except deflection. Cool. Faith. And the intensity of the paladin's faith deepens, granting increased defense bonuses, faith, and conviction. Modifies faith and conviction, +2 deflection. Okay. +4. +4 and 8. This one's for self. What's the difference between defaith and untroubled faith? Modifies faith and conviction. I think this one's better. Let's take a look at our offensive. Weapon focus is okay. So this one is like weapon proficiencies. Two weapon style, one hand style. Battle axe, sword, morning star, crossbow, gaining accuracy with all weapons. This one's difficult to select. Defensive trains the character in new defensive strategies, increasing his or her engagement's limit by 1. Increases the character's reflex defense. No, this one's we are basically sword and shield, or should I say, mace and shield. So we're not. Reflexes are applicable, in my opinion, or thinks how it's constructed. for agility-based classes. Bears fortitude, increases characters some fortitude defense, pulse will, increases characters. Will. Weapon and shield style. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Equip with shields and deflections. Bonuses increased. Shield and deflection, shield and deflections. Different reflex. Wasteful retreat grants a bonus to all defense against disengagement attacks. Utility. Fast runner, sign of flame. Becomes more fleet and nimble. Burn damage. Heart of the Storm. Increases shock damage and damage reductions. Oh, this one's good. Corrode. Corrode damage. Plus 5 damage reduction. Secrets of Rhyme. This one's freeze. Quick switch. Reduces recovery time when switching weapons or spells in grimoires. Quick switch. Moon binding. Allows healing of... Oh no, this one's really, really basic. Field triage. Allows healing of small amounts. Ooh, I'm torn between a weapon and shield style and deep faith and greater lay on hands. I think I should go with lay on hands because we need survivability. Because I definitely have no idea on what challenges to come in our way. Yeah, I think we need to get plenty of support. So greater lay on hands indeed. I hope I wouldn't regret this selection, but eventually I will get deep faith and weapon and shield style. So the early we get the an upgraded killing skill, the better. Oh god, look at that. That is a torture bed. We're starting to see visions. Okay. The first time I encountered these I can't say that they're corpses because if you touch them they crumble. These are ash remains. Burnt remains of dead people. So I'm not going to touch them. Okay, this one's appears. Yeah, this one's a woman being burned at the stake. Oh, Lisa from the Castlevania series. Reminds me of her. Hey guys, who watch the Castlevania on Netflix. If you haven't, so please do watch. Great series on Netflix. Great writing, great animation, great battle scenes, and great story. This massive structure is formed in stone, adra, and copper covered in strange glyphs. They are surrounded by this unusual energy. Okay, let's get all materials that we can get. I think that's all of them. So it will take 6 hours to complete your journey from Cilant Lîs to Veilwood. Okay, so we're going to stop this gameplay for now. Take some rest and yeah, do it on the next stage. All right, so that ends up part 1 of my first playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, just like I mentioned on minutes ago about the structure of Cilant Lîs. And it's a great introductory dungeon for new players to show them the mechanics of the game, from the battle mechanics to exploration elements to puzzle elements, and set the tone of what it's in store for the player and its experience. So, great job for the developers on achieving that. So, if I can just erase my memory of my first experience of this game and do it again, I will definitely get it as I am today. And there you go. Let's see if there's anything that I need to do after this, because I'm trying to squeeze any activity for this weekend here. But yeah, probably going to yeah, I think it's best for me to review the attributes and the skill of the paladin in advance, and just for me to plan through, or maybe just the attributes and the skill. Well, I would just learn it along the way and just doing it just to get like a genuine experience. I'll try to get away from the guides as much as possible, because sometimes if you are following a guide for a game that you're just starting to play, I would say the genuine how can I construct this? The genuine experience gets diminished. So I want to get somehow a raw experience of a first time. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you like how I play Pillars of Eternity, I'll try to do my best on playing, and I hope you have the patience to watch this all the way towards the end. So again, if you like how I play, just give it a thumbs up and drop a comment. Any activity on this channel will help its growth, and something that I really appreciate. This is CombatlerJoe, and I hope you guys have a very good day. And we're out.